stuff with a few people going for an early interval. That is the earliest in a gig I've ever had walkouts, I can tell you that. Oh, there's another one just as well in that check shirt because you were going to get a fucking hammering. Oh, it's lovely to be here, Stafford. I was going to say on this lovely stage, but it isn't just a floor, eh? That's all this is. And, well done for coming out. I think it takes an effort, doesn't it? Even on a Saturday night, I think it takes an effort. A lot of the time you step outside the front door, weather's horrible, streets horrible, buses horrible, traffic's horrible, train stations horrible. People say, oh, it's nice to get out of the house. I think your house must be shit. What's all that? We live in this lovely, what a lovely venue for stand-up comedy. I don't know if you notice the best venues for stand-up are actually nursing homes. No, it's true, there's no pressure. It doesn't matter whether you're funny or not. Always someone sat there pissing themselves. So. And it's very civilised. This is incredibly civilised for a weekend gig, really. I'm not used to it. I'm used to it being pretty rowdy. I did a gig last weekend. Before I even got the microphone, there's a lady at the back of the room started shouting, "Bellend! Bellend!" Wouldn't shut up, eventually I had to tuck it back in. That was, This is it, this is me. I'm the actual comedian. Some of you are not convinced at this early stage. Some of you look at me as if I've just been let up here as part of some sort of care in the community scheme. This is my face, just stuck with this face for the next, whatever it is, 25 minutes, half an hour. Might make it longer than that, I'm a lonely man. And this is it. You're stuck with this, looking at this face, it's a bit like reading in a car. For 10 minutes it's alright, then you're going to start to feel a little bit sick. That's what's going to happen. Well, welcome back. There's no possible way you wash your hands. Oh, you slide in there, that's right. And, it's alright stuff, isn't it? Yeah, nice to be here. Well done for finding the money to buy a ticket. Everything's so expensive these days, isn't it? Everything costs money. Even if you want to mug someone now, you've got to buy a moped first. It's unbelievable, isn't it? Everything's very expensive. It seems quite coupley. It seems like there's quite a few. Give me a cheer if you're in love. I'll tell you this, I don't know what you're going to think of this. I'm 38 years old and my partner's 25, she's 25 and part of me feels it's wrong, inappropriate, too much of an age gap, but there is another part of me that thinks 38, she's 25, it's tough, people judge you. People treat you like a paedophile. Whether they're going to accept it's a serious relationship. We're going out for 10 years now. How long is it going to take? He's the only one that's taken a chunk to wash and dry, isn't he? And the others. And, this is lovely. And I've got, well, so I've got a toddler running around at home now. Don't know why. I don't know why. Probably looking for a way out so she can try and find her parents. Imagine have you got? Give me a cheer. Have you got kids? Yeah. Not that many of you. So no, we don't do that in Stafford, Andrew. We're keeping up on all that. We're just going to let the species die out here. Feel it's for the best. And people wind you up when you have a baby. That's what I've discovered. People say having a baby's easy, Andrew. All you got to do is keep it alive. It's not that straightforward. Some days I don't want to. It's quite a tough old business. And, I'll tell you how it happened. I was lucky enough to meet someone I felt like I wanted to spend the rest of my life with. Incredibly, she seemed to feel the same way about me. We moved in together pretty much straight away. We were both the happiest we'd ever been. One day we just said to each other, do you know what? Why don't we ruin this? Why don't we destroy this rare and precious happiness we created by having a tiny screaming arsehole to the dynamic? Why don't we do that? So that's what we did. It's alright, it's going alright. It's nice to be. It's expensive, isn't it? Having kids, everything expensive these days. A lot of people struggling. I'm struggling a bit. I was out and about one afternoon last week. I caught myself using this expression. These are the words that came out of my mouth. I think I'll treat myself to a Greggs. Imagine that. I think I'll treat myself to a Greggs. That's a treat in my world. I'm up late at night checking the bank balance. Can I afford a Greggs this month? Got a stretch to it. Can I justify it? How's work going, Andrew? Oh, it's going very, very well. I don't want to boast, the other day I bought myself a sausage roll. Everyone's struggling, everything's so expensive. Just a simple cup of coffee now. Like, you go in a Costa Coffee, everything's unreasonably priced. And a snack and a drink, you got to check your credit rating, consult a financial advisor, toasted sandwich, you got to remortgage your house. What can I get you, sir? Just, black filter coffee, please. Anything else? Yeah, brief explanation why it's £3.75. What's your name, sir? Why do you ask? So I can write it on the side of your cup. Don't worry about that, just write spare some change, that's all we need to do. I think everyone's over-caffeinated anyway. That's why I think everyone's over-caffeinated and stressed all the time. Everyone's stressed. Are you stressed, Andrew? Yeah, a little bit stressed, yeah. Careful, Andrew, stress is a killer. That doesn't help, does it? Already stressed like that. Stress is trying to murder you. And, I think life's full of little aggravations, isn't it? Like, just when you think you've got the grips on all of life's aggravations, something else comes along to wind you up, like vaping. See someone walking along the road vaping, what do they look like? Surrounded by a plume of purple smoke. They look like a failed street magician. They've all got one thing in common, people who vape. They're single, all of them, I've checked. So you're vaping there, my friend? I'm vaping, Andrew, it's summer fruits flavour. Lovely. Seeing anyone right now? Not a moment, Andrew. What do you think that is? Do you think it's because you smell like Ribena? It could be, couldn't it? Life is there's a lot of misery around at the moment, I think everyone's miserable. Give me a cheer if you're a miserable bastard. Very convincing. Give me a cheer if you're sat next to a miserable bastard. That's literally all women, wasn't it? That's one. Give me a cheer if you've only just been made aware of the fact you're a miserable bastard. It's good to get these things out in the open. I think everyone's miserable. Sometimes you meet someone, seems like they're quite happy. Generally turns out they're just quite heavily medicated. That's it. I'm quite miserable. People don't know what to say to you when you're miserable. That's the trouble. Turn that frown upside down, Andrew. Oh, thanks. Still miserable, now my face is broken. I don't know what to say to other people if they're in a bad mood. I feel like I'm taking one step forwards, two steps backwards in life, Andrew. What's wrong with that? Sounds like you're dancing. Carry on, enjoy yourself. I'm struggling with depression. I think that's what you're supposed to be doing with it. Congratulations, at least there's something in life you haven't failed at. I think a lot of people get SAD this time of year, don't they? Nights are drawing in, it's getting cold and dark. A lot of people get seasonal affective disorder. I'm a bit suspicious of that seasonal affective disorder. I think you must be in some serious denial about how badly your life is going if you're blaming your depression on the seasonal cycle. Andrew, look! All the leaves are falling off the trees. I'm so depressed. Sure that's what it is? Sure it's not just you living a dump, you're lonely, you don't like your job? No, it's the leaves. I've got no enthusiasm for anything, that's my trouble. Just not an enthusiastic man. People say, Andrew, what are you passionate about? What gets you up out of bed in the morning? Just the insurmountable urge to urinate, that's the only thing. Oh, I struggle to find a motivation for that anymore ever since I bought the rubber mattress protector. That's it. 38 or 39 next month. My bladder wakes me up about 3 o'clock every morning now. This is a new development for me. Morning, Andrew. Bladder here. Sorry to bother you. I realise it's an unsociable hour, but I quite like to be empty, please. It's not really convenient right now, bladder. Come back in about 4 or 5 hours and see if I can accommodate you. Oh, this is awkward, Andrew. Not quite sure how to approach this. I think things have changed the last few years, and without wishing to sound smug, I'm in charge now. It's basically get up, go to the toilet or wet the bed, sorry about that. Can't I just hold it into the morning, bladder? No, Andrew, those days are gone. Call it 1 pp a night for now. Reassess the situation, couple of years, maybe shift you up to 2. Give me a cheer if you're over 30. If you're under 30, what you just heard was a thinly disguised sound of broken dreams. Give me a cheer if you're under 30. If that's the same man cheering, he's got no concept of time. Simply doesn't want anyone to find out his name. He's just happy to be alive, perhaps. Fuck's going on? I don't think there's anything good about getting older, is there? I don't know, people say as you get older you start to feel more comfortable in your own skin. Yeah, because it's saggier. That's how it works. Don't know if I should broach this. Well, I might as well. Yes, 38, almost 39. I'm not really... I'm not that bothered about the sex anymore. I like it. I think it's an offer, but not like I was when I was in my 20s, when I was quite eager for it a lot of the time, and my partner's 25, almost 26, she's up for it quite a lot. It's awkward. At the end of most days, I'm quite tired. She says, Andrew, I'm going to bed, you coming to bed? Just give me 10 minutes to limber up. Just be aware I'm probably going to have to stop halfway through for a banana. You may well have to finish off on your own, it's possible. Well, with these days, I'd rather have a nice sit down and a cup of tea. That's the thing. Every time I have sex afterwards, I think, that didn't go quite as well as I'd hoped. Every time I have a nice sit down and a cup of tea, I think, yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed that. You've got to make an effort, you've got to make it when you've been together a while, you've got to make a bit of extra effort to keep things interesting. Recently, my partner and I were having the sex. She started saying, hurt me, Andrew. I want you to hurt me. I didn't really know what to do, so I just waited a couple of weeks, got to buy her a birthday present. I know that's what she intended. Very lucky. It's nice to be settled. We're engaged now, which is a nice thing. Oh, thank you. Yeah. I've discovered engagement rings are quite expensive, aren't they? I think you can tell how well you're doing in life by where you buy your engagement ring. Ernest Jones, I think you're doing all right. H. Samuel, struggling a bit. Argos, might as well kill yourself. Claire's accessories, that's a fucking nightmare if you're going in there. It might have come across, I'm a little bit money obsessed. It's quite an ugly thing to be in life, isn't it? Money obsessed, but I can't help it. My partner asked me a potentially relationship ending question recently. She said, Andrew, imagine I'm drowning in the sea. I'm drowning in the sea, Andrew, you're about to swim out and save me. But also drowning in the sea, there's a rich man, Andrew. As you're about to swim out and save me, this man shouts out, if you save me instead, I'll give you £1 million. And you can only save one of us, Andrew. Who would you save? I said, I'll save you. For £1 million, not worth the pain, the grief, the loss. I'll save you. What about for 5 million, Andrew? Oh, that's tricky. What about for 10 million? For 10 million, I'll swim out and push you under myself. That's a lot of money. Can't believe you just said that, Andrew. Well, you put me in a difficult position. I think the best thing all round is if you learn to swim now. This scenario over arises, you can save yourself, save yourself, a prick, we both enjoy his money, and I don't have to get wet, isn't that it? Best solution to the problem. It's nice to be settled and nice to be working. I'm enjoying the comedy just as well I enjoy it. There's no transferable job skills. Like, if I went for a job interview, they'd be like, Mr. Lawrence, what skills and experience have you got that are relevant to this position? Well, I could probably take the piss out of someone for half an hour and it'd be funny. That's lovely, Mr. Lawrence, not really what we do here at Childline. All right. You do unusual. I did a gig in a back room of a pub midweek, a couple of weeks ago. I don't know why. And the electrics went about 5 minutes in. I was forced to do the whole show. No stage lights. That can't have been much fun for the audience, can it? It's watching an angry ginger prick scurrying around in the dark. That's not even comedy. That's Springwatch, surely. That's it's nice. A lot of late night driving. Part of the job. I was driving home one night last week, and it's embarrassing. I ran over a cat. It wasn't easy. I had to mount the curb, but I got it in the end. I'm enjoying it. Enjoying the comedy. It's nice to have a little toddler running around at home. Hard work, isn't it? Those of you who've got kids, you know, it's hard work. You meet the competitive parents who don't think such things exist, but they're real. They're out there, the competitive parents, aren't they? My daughter could walk by the age of 3 months. By 6 months she was talking. By 9 months she could play the piano. By 12 months she composed her first symphony. By 18 months she was performing complex quadratic equations. By 2 years she was an Olympic gymnast, Andrew. What about your daughter? My daughter spends a lot of time slumped in front of CBeebies, wiping yoghurt into the carpet. Oh dear, Andrew, why do you think that is? I think it's because she's normal. We got normal. If my partner's in a bad mood with me, she'll say, I gave you a daughter, Andrew. Is it for a birthday present? What do you want for your birthday, Andrew? Ooh, sleepless nights, financial responsibilities and a lifetime of commitment, please. Anything else? Yeah, could you squeeze all that out of your vagina? Is that possible? It's quite a long labour. I thought the hospital parking was going to bankrupt me. At one point I ran out of change for the parking machine. I said to the midwife, look, you've got another half an hour to get this done. After that, it's just going to have to stay up there. Oh, it's horrible, horrible pregnancy for my partner. She was throwing up the whole time, the baby kicking her constantly, just dragged on and on. Just went on for so long, and then eventually we went to the hospital, and within an hour, the baby shifted positions. Ended up sitting on my partner's spine, and then, I don't know, half an hour after that, the baby went for a poop inside my partner, really unsanitary. It's then that I realised it's definitely my daughter. She's not even been born yet. Already she's behaving in an entirely unacceptable manner, and 12 hours of brutality later, my partner's been wheeled into the operating theatre, forceps delivery, off her face on drugs. 20 minutes after that, my daughter was born with 2 black eyes, a big cut down the side of her face, healed up very quickly, but I do remember at the time, looking at her injuries, thinking to myself, well, all things considered, you probably deserve that. Given what you put your mother through, really. I think a lot of men witness the birth of their baby, they have a little cry, don't they? I'm not ashamed to admit my daughter was born, I did have a cry, because I wanted a boy. Our partner had to stay in the postnatal unit for 4 days to recover. Obviously I was allowed to stay with us, had a couple of nights in Portugal, that was lovely. Thoroughly enjoyed that, and take her out to see my parents sometimes, my daughter, 2-year-old, and tell you a little bit about my parents. They're good people. They're very old now, very elderly, my parents. And, they're good people. They're financially stable. They're comfortably off, and yet inexplicably, the first thing they do if I phone them up, or go around their house, is start whinging about how poor they are. Like, oh God, Andrew, oh, money's so tight. Oh, I've been so stressed about money this past month. It's completely ruined our Mediterranean cruise, Andrew. Oh, has it? Oh God, Andrew, money's so tight. We can barely afford to eat in our mortgage-free house we bought for 10 grand in the 70s. That's now worth 300,000 fucking pounds. Some weeks we don't know where our next meal's coming from, Andrew. Waitrose or Marks and Spencer. My dad's 80. My dad's 80 now. That's cracking on, isn't it? He's very wobbly on his feet. I go around my parents' house, wants to hold my daughter. I feel like I should put a crash mat down first. He takes my daughter, he says, it's Grandad Arthur. Over and over again, this is what he says, it's Grandad Arthur, it's Grandad Arthur, it's Grandad Arthur. Now, you know, I don't want to stand there and suggest it's easy talking to babies, toddlers, of course it isn't. Even in terms of baby chat, that is a shit level of banter. Right? If you run out of things to say, just fall back on the nursery rhyme, it's not rocket science, is it? No more this Grandad Arthur shit, she's going to start screaming at you. Can't say I blame her, I may very well join in. It's Grandad Arthur, it's Grandad Arthur. Disturbing thing is his name's Keith, so I can tell it. It's nice they're around, and nice to have a little family and be settled. It's a lovely thing, and I feel like I'm getting older. Yes, 39 next month. Should be looking after myself a bit better. I think a lot of people are obsessed with healthy diet and exercise, aren't they? I've started frying all my food and sitting down a lot because I don't have a pension plan. So if I live past 65, I'm screwed, quite frankly. People go to the gym. I don't really get it. The gym. I go to the gym to feel better about my body, Andrew. I think, is that working for you? Gym's wall mirrors, that's not a way to feel better about your body, is it? There's only one way to feel better about your body. Don't look at it! Don't look at it! How
How to achieve body confidence, Andrew? Get dressed quickly in a dark corner.
Oh, fucking hell, looming out of the darkness. Absolutely fucking shit myself. Fucking hell. It's quite a big fucking chap. Felt like I was in that Halloween movie. Do you know what I mean? Like, Halloween fucking loomed out of the darkness. And I thought that was it for me then. Fucking hell. And I thought he was going to pull a knife out, thinking, oh, fuck, I've got no life insurance. Jesus Christ, he couldn't have just cut down along that road like everyone else did. He had to come right to I think it was all over for me there. He's a chap though. And who's he with? No, he's on his own, he could be. Could have just nipped out, I don't know, I'll see what he does on the way back in. He's going to come back this way, that's it. Come back this way, that's what I'm worried about. It was an odd choice of route he took, wasn't it, really? Because it's very difficult for me to see anything like beyond that. He's made this chap at the front here, you're fully lit, and everyone else is sat in darkness, which must be terribly fucking uncomfortable for you, I imagine. And but because everyone else is in darkness, I couldn't see that chap until right at the last fucking minute. It was literally about a metre away from me. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna need a fucking change of underwear on the way home. Woof. Oh, dear me. Just take a moment just to things calm down a little bit. And, oh yes, I should be looking after myself. I don't know. Now I'm getting properly fucking creeped out. And that was a flashlight, so I don't know. Oh no, yeah, I'll check the time. I was supposed to do half an hour. I've only got 20 minutes of material, so at the end there's going to be a meat raffle. Oh, that's all right. I'm not going to get everyone on these two tables up on stage to do a live musical reenactment of the film Human Centipede. Fuck it, it's just like Halloween, might as well. What's the talk? Oh yeah. Oh, it hardly seems worth it now. I can't help but feel at this stage in the gig I'm enjoying it more than some of you are. Oh yeah, should be looking after myself. I don't eat very well. Everyone's quite obsessed with diet. I think everyone's anti-sugar now. This is a new thing. People are anti-sugar. Sugar has no nutritional value, Andrew. Depends whether you consider perkiness a nutrient, doesn't it? Sugar and salt in people's diets, Andrew. It's killing people. It's killing people. Well, no, it's not that great. We're all going to die anyway. If it tastes good, where's harm in speeding up the process a little bit? I wasn't going to do anything for the last 3 or 4 years anyway. I wouldn't slump in a chair, dribbling down myself, trying to remember my own names. And, for fuck's sake, your life is short. Crack open a Maltesers. Let's live a little. Everyone's vegan now. Any vegan people in? No vegans here in Stafford? Well, that's all right. Not caught on here, perhaps. I don't know. There's a lot of it about, I promise you. Everywhere I go, more and more vegans. I'm doing gigs. I respect it in some ways. I respect those fascinating people, because they eat things the rest of us wouldn't even consider to be food, don't they?
Quinoa, Andrew. So many different things you can do with quinoa.
Yes, by far the best of them, just to scrape it into the bin. I tried it actually. I tried it for a month. I went vegan. I thought I'll have a crack at this. Why not? I was dropping like flies. Got some fucking weak bladders here and stuff, but I'll give you that. No, it's slightly unusually long section in a way, and could be longer. Fuck it, I might do an hour. And knock the doors, and maybe he's gone to check up on the other bloke. I don't know. Find out if he's all right. This is turning into a slightly weird gig. I like that. Who comes to this comedy night regularly? This, just that lady and the chap over there. And that's it. The rest of you thought this was something entirely different. Actually, I thought it was a council meeting or something. Fucking Weak Bladders Anonymous. I don't know. Oh yes, I tried it. I went vegan for a month. I thought I'll have a crack at this. Why not? Not because I'm overly concerned about animal welfare. Not because I'm particularly bothered about my health. Purely because times are hard. Lentils are cheaper than chicken. I thought, let's go for it. After a few days being vegan, I felt amazing. Actually, that's the truth. After a week being vegan, I felt fatigued. After 2 weeks being vegan, I had flu. After 3 weeks being vegan, I had a six-pack. And mental health problems. After 4 weeks being vegan, I had chicken McNuggets. I fell off the wagon. Go eat what you want, go enjoy life. Very important, isn't it? Have to enjoy life. It's absolutely vital. I remember about 15 years ago going to see my granddad in hospital, and I didn't know it till I got there, but he didn't have long left. And anyone who's been in that situation, you'll know it's the most horrendous thing in the world, watching somebody you love slowly deteriorating. And always remember him saying to me, Andrew, the important thing in life is you've got to be enjoying it. Got to be enjoying yourself. If you're not enjoying yourself, you're doing it wrong. It really hit home. It was really epiphany. I thought he's right. He's right. I'm not enjoying it. Not enjoying myself. So I left him there, pissed off and watched the football. It's been very enjoyable tonight. I hope you didn't expect the intelligent comedy from me. I don't bother with that. Yeah, I've got no wisdom to impart. I've got no advice to give anyone. Life is full of bad advice, isn't it? Like, live each day as if it's your last. Terrible advice. You always wake up the next day and you have to go to work, apologise for having told a boss to go fuck himself.
It's the third day in a row, time to go fuck myself, Andrew.
Yeah, sorry about that. I'm just trying to live each day as if it's my last.
No, I don't like it. Stop it immediately.
If you think that's bad, wait till you find the enormous shit I've left in your filing cabinet. I saw that chap, I saw him coming early on because he was wearing a sort of white shirt, so lucky enough to see that coming out of the darkness, and didn't need to feel quite so bad about it. And, what I'm aiming for with my set tonight is by the end of it, if everyone could be in the toilets and there's literally no one there. I know it can't be the quality of my act either, because people literally started walking out before I started speaking. Oh, fucking hell, what was it? Oh, yeah. And, you're a lovely crowd in Stafford, those of you who have lasted the course. Done the best I could for you tonight, you know. I'll give you some of my best material. Not all of it, obviously. I've got to keep the A-grade stuff fresh just in case a gig in Wolverhampton comes up. Is there some sort of beef between Stafford and Wolverhampton, is there? That surprises me, or is it just that chap over there? Wolverhampton, and good, learn something new, and you'd be lovely. I hope to see you all again. Not in real life, obviously, always in a context where you've paid. I've tried to keep it relatively clean tonight. I try to do that these days. A very highly strung culture we live in, highly strung, sensitive culture. It's very PC culture we live in now. I think in some ways it's a good thing. Sometimes it goes too far, I think. A few years ago, I noticed at Christmas time there was a release of a remake of a 1970s film Annie. A 1970s film Annie about a little ginger orphan girl. And in the remake, they recast the lead role with a little black kid. In many ways, it makes a lot of sense, because in this day and age, who would adopt a ginger child? Nobody! I think we're only lucky we didn't get all the out-of-work ginger child actors taking the streets in protest, because no one needs to see a parade that ugly, do they? I think it's really a pure example of the hypocrisy of political greatness. You never get it the other way around, would you? Never get a ginger actor being cast in a traditionally black role, and perversely, that is the film we all want to see. 12 Years a Slave with Ron Weasley. That's well, that's about it. You've been lovely. I'd like to take some of you home with me. I can't. There's no room. If I took you home, I'd have to release some of the other people I've abducted. You've got a phenomenal act to come to headline the show, but in this section there's another 4 acts doing an hour each. There isn't, and I'm glad they've got the tables out, because at the end there's going to be a séance for you. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been lovely. You have got a phenomenal headline act to come, and see you all again. Thank you very much. Good night.